we're never on the same team, never did any of that stuff, and I don't know, pretty special. Super lucky both of us are. But yeah, thanks for asking.
Did you have any advice for him once he first got in?
Yeah, a few things. I'll keep that between us two.
Stetson, I asked Nolan how you might be different entering this season, and he said you're faster, quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the truth?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They seem to, I don't know. They said I am a little bit right now. I don't know why that is, but I guess a little bit off season.
Do you feel it?
Yeah, I feel quick. I feel pretty quick right now, so that's good.
Is the hair coming off?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it short. Well, dude, I walked outside last night at like 8:30, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this like southern Louisiana right now? It's so hot, and so I don't think I can't get the fro back yet until it gets cooler.
Stetson, what's the effect of having Dan Lanning on the other side coaching and seeing him practice all these years and knowing the offense?
Yeah, I guess he's probably more familiar with the way we go about day-to-day things than any other DC that we'll face this year. I could be wrong, not really thinking about it, but you can't let that affect yourself too much, because either way, we could overreact and because we think that he thinks this, or we could think that we think we know what he's doing and overreact. You play all kinds of brain. At the end of the day, you gotta be able to block counter, and you gotta be able to fill counter, right? So that's what we're gonna work on.
What has stood out to you about Oregon's defense, just getting prepared for this game?
Yeah, they've got a few transfer guys. It's weird watching like 4 different teams play football to prepare for one. Because the beginning of the year is always different, and with a new guy, and so watching a lot of different stuff. Sewell's a great linebacker. Both of them going to be great. Colorado kid. He's very good, very long, very fast. I don't know, man. I'm excited to get out there and play somebody other than number 5 for our team.
Stetson, does it feel any different coming in after a guy you've had to kind of fight for things your whole career to finally, coming to a year where you're the guy? I don't know. Does that feel any different?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a little different. Every other year, it's uncertainty, really. And last year, pretty much lucked into being able to, go out there and play. To an extent, obviously. But, this year, it's, you get fall camp, you get spring, now we're here, game week. So I guess it kind of came. It's weird, it came faster because you're so busy in the day, right? You're so busy day-to-day practice and all that stuff, working on little things that, last year I wasn't quite as in tune because not only wasn't on the starter, I wasn't the second string guy. So I was like, well, probably won't happen this week, right? And so you get so caught up in the day-to-day and little things that you kind of lose track of the overall, holy cow, it's Oregon week now. And so thankfully, I think we've handled it really well, and marked down on our calendars like we need to do this by this, but yeah, probably a little bit more excited than I was this time last year.
Do you have any pregame routines or superstitions or things you like to do to get settled in before the game?
Yeah, I like to go throw. I like to figure out where the clocks are, figure out if there's some kind of thing with the field that will throw us off, whether it's the grass or when we go to Tennessee and it's this high in the middle and really low on the outside, just little things like that. And but for me, I go and I find a quiet place, whether it's the showers or whatever, and I sit there and I brush my teeth, take a shower, not in the same spot, but I'll brush my teeth, take a shower, play just some old country tunes just by myself for about 15 minutes. Cut my fingernails and then just get ready to go. I like getting ready and taking a shower and putting on a suit before I go to work, I guess. So, but that's my thing.
You got any go-to songs when it comes to that routine?
Yeah, I've got one. I don't know if I should say it, but it's Bubbly by Colby Calais. I love that song. That's my song. You go from there, and then you get and then it's Juicy by Notorious B.I.G. Those are my two. I know I probably should have said it. That's what it is.
Stetson Kirby was just saying how one of the reasons he likes playing in this chip kickoff game is because the hope is that you guys are going to play at the Benz again at the end of the season. It gives some of the guys familiarity with the stadium. You were kind of just saying how you like going out there, familiarizing yourself with the stadium. I don't want to look all the way ahead to December, but with that being said, do you see what he's saying there? Do you, for the younger guys maybe who've never played there, does that help?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, what is experience, right? It's just being there before and understanding that, hey, you know, it's the whole Hoosiers thing, like, it's 10 feet still, right? I mean, it's the same thing, but, you know, when you go to a different layout and there's 70,000 people there and something looks a little bit different, and the first time you see it, you're like, oh my God. Whether it registers or not, it just looks a little off, right? The field looks a little bit different. That at the end of the day, it's the same size, but you know, after you play in the same stadium for a while, then you kind of get used to it. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
I know he can't hit you in practice, but have you seen anything different this year from Jalen Carter in terms of his intensity or his focus?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jalen's one of those dudes that, you know, he's a quiet guy. So, which means he's not rah-rah or anything, but you know, he's got that look in his eye. But I mean, I wouldn't say more, because I feel like Jalen's always been that guy that, you know, whenever the pads come on, you know, it's time to go. You know, I'd say he's stepped up in the role that, you know, maybe JD and Devontae were in last year, more the leadership role. But as far as going out and execute every day, you know, he's always done that.
Stetson, how much does you working with the ones a lot more this offseason, how much is that done for chemistry with just all the players across the field?
Yeah, I mean, a ton, right? It's, you know, you can draw up on paper that, you know, you got a 14-yard steep route, but you got 5 different wideouts that are going to run it 5 different ways. And so just knowing, expecting, like, whenever AD's hip turn, okay, well, now let's throw, right? And or lad's elbow, now let's throw, right? Or just little things like that that you can't think about or you wouldn't know until you do have those, you know, 1,000 extra reps.
2 more questions. Is it good that you're established, or was there any established as the number one, and you're, you know, people are nationally giving you more respect, or was there any motivational factor to prove people wrong going on for you last year?
Well, I think that's what, you know, when people are like, you know, do you play with a chip on your shoulder? Like that's where, if you do, then that's when that, you know, question comes into, you know, question, right? If, you know, if this guy could only be Superman whenever, you know, everybody thought that he couldn't be, well then what happens whenever everybody does think he can be, right? Does he have that extra edge? And so that's why, good or bad, like I really don't worry about what other people have to say. Like it's all, it all comes from within, like for me, because I don't know, I know what it feels like, I know what it looks like to be good, and I want to be that for me and for my teammates, not to prove anybody wrong or not to, you know, shut up the doubters and all that stuff. And now if we're going to say that there's none this year, I don't know about that either, but I don't know, I take it how it comes. It's ebbs and flows for me. I just wake up and try to be better than to do next to me.
How innate would you say you're processing? You know, I've heard the quarterback position compared to flying the jet, especially pro style, with all the reads, protections, run audibles you have. I mean, when you're breaking the huddle, I mean, can you give us some concept or idea of how quickly and how much you're processing as you go to the line of scrimmage and even pre-snap reading?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on each and every play. You know, I've got, you know, there's you got drop back, you got play action, you got quick game, you got, you know, RPOs, you got just smoke breaks, we call them, where we just hand the ball off and no worries for that play, right? But most every play, it's, all right, do we have issue over here? Is it protection or is it run? Do I need to check it over here? Do I need to switch protection? You know, or what coverage are they going to run? You know, is this route good for that? All right, it's not, but you know, it's also 2nd and 10. Let's not make it 3rd and 10, right? Let's make it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, right? Let's be smart about that. And so it really, I mean, it depends on, you know, what personnel they in, what situation in the game. Are they going to cover zero us right here, get us out of field goal range? It depends on, you know, when you say it like that, it seems like a lot, right? But you know the whole drive, what situation it is, what, you know, all right, they might be playing these coverages because the point in the game that it is. I don't know, but that's where just the week leading up to it and the work you put in and knowing what the defense's tendencies are and just trusting that, you know, our guys are going to do what we're coached to do. Just leads everything into, you know, the final play, like what happens that play. So you can outsmart yourself and all that stuff. I think that's the battle that bright quarterbacks run into. But like I was saying earlier, sometimes you just got to go throw a hitch, right?
Thank you.